MAUDE Last updated 1511, September 21, 2017. A fuel mule Qantas 747 refuels a Jetstar A320 in the dead of night at Auckland Airport. Qantas has sent 2 planes from across the Tasman to help solve New Zealand's jet fuel crisis. The Australian airline has flown in 2 jets to Auckland Airport in order to top up smaller aircraft as the fuel crisis caused by damage to the primary pipeline in Northland continues to bite. A Qantas 747 has brought in nearly 80,000 litres of fuel, enough to completely refill 4 smaller Airbus A320-sized aircraft typically used on New Zealand's domestic routes. The second aircraft, an A330 carrying a scheduled passenger service, brought in another 12,000 litres. The Qantas 747-400 ER can top up about 4 smaller Qantas and Jetstar domestic aircraft. Redmore Pipe could have been struck 3 years ago. HMNZ's endeavour to ship 5 million litres of fuel. Jet fuel rationing stays in place. Dozens of flights cancelled. Airport fuel vulnerability. Well, mule pulls up next to smaller aircraft, and a portable pump sends fuel across. By flying in Australian fuel, as well as other measures, Qantas and Jetstar have been able to minimise the impact of the Auckland fuel shortage on customers, the spokeswoman said. The primary source of fuel to Auckland Airport was ruptured, causing untold disruption to the country's aviation network. Regular supplies to Auckland have been cut after a 168-kilometre pipeline carrying virtually all of Auckland's jet fuel, petrol, and diesel from the oil refinery at Marsden Point was damaged, apparently by a digger, last Thursday. Airline's Auckland Airport fuel allowance has been cut by 70% until at least Thursday, September 28. The cut has caused significant disruption on domestic and international flight, forcing airlines to take emergency measures including new fuel top-up stopovers. No firm date has been given on the pipeline repair, but it could as early as this Sunday, a fuel industry spokesman said yesterday. Auckland Airport fuel rationing has disrupted domestic and international flights, forcing airlines to take emergency measures. Solving the crisis by air, road, and sea. The fuel industry has yet to make a decision on whether it can get more fuel to the airport through Auckland Waterfront's Wynyard Wharf. Investigations are being undertaken about converting a storage tank typically used for chemicals, and whether it can be done with absolute safety. As a decision looms on storing aviation fuel at Auckland's Wynyard Wharf, the HMNZ's endeavour steams to Marsden Point to collect thousands of litres of fuel. Under such a plan, aviation fuel would be barged from Marsden Point to the wharf, then trucked across Auckland to the airport. Meanwhile, HMNZ's endeavour is heading to Marsden Point to collect thousands of litres of fuel, some of which will be offloaded in Auckland. Stuff.